When children feel off, they can't act right. Most parents are pretty keen to skip the first topic, helping children deal with tough feelings. They'd rather move straight to how to get your child to do what you ask. It's not that we don't care how our children feel. It's just that, for busy parents, it's hard to deal with everything at once. If our kids just did as they were told, life would be much smoother. But here's the catch. There's no quick fix for a cooperative child. You might try, but you'll likely end up in a mess of arguments and frustration. Think about those times when you're really glad no one is filming you for TV, when you're shouting at your child so much your throat hurts. You've told them 100 times not to push their little sibling near the stove or pull the dog's ears, warning them they'll get bitten, but they act like nothing's wrong. Chances are, in those moments, you're tired, stressed, or upset about something else. If the same thing happened when you were feeling happier, you might handle it calmly, maybe even with a smile, gently guiding your child away from trouble. So what's the big deal here? The big deal is when we're not feeling right, we can't act right. And the same goes for our children. If we don't address their feelings first, we'll struggle to get them to cooperate. The only tools left are force and commands, which we'd rather save for emergencies like pulling them away from traffic. So let's tackle this feeling stuff head on. Here we go! Understanding positive versus negative feelings. Most of us find it easy to accept when our children are happy or excited. Wow, Charlie is your best friend? You love Daddy's pancakes? You're excited about the new pet? That's great to hear. But when our children express negative feelings, that's where we hit a bump. What, you hate Charlie, but he's your best friend? You want to punch him? No way, pancakes are your favorite. How can you be sick of them? You want to send the pet back? That's not nice at all. Negative feelings make us uncomfortable because, well, they're negative. We don't want to give those feelings any power. Our instinct is to push them away fast. But here's where our gut feeling leads us astray. A wise person once said, if you aren't sure what's right, try it out on yourself. Let's do that. Imagine you wake up feeling awful. You didn't sleep well, and now you have a headache. You stop for coffee and bump into a friend. You say, I don't want to go to work today and deal with those noisy, argumentative colleagues. I just want to go home, take some medicine, and stay in bed. How would you feel if your friend denied your feelings and scolded you? Gave you advice on how to fix your mood? Lectured you philosophically? Compared you to someone else? Bombarded you with questions? You probably feel pretty annoyed or upset, right? That's exactly how our children feel when we don't accept their negative feelings. Helpful approaches to emotions. So what can we say or do when our children express negative feelings? Imagine if someone acknowledged and accepted your feelings instead of dismissing them. Wouldn't that feel better? It's the same for children. For example, if your child says, I hate school, rather than saying, no you don't, school is fun, try acknowledging their feelings first. You could say, it sounds like you're having a tough time at school. Want to talk about what's bothering you? Talking to children about feelings. Here are some common reactions from children when we don't acknowledge their negative feelings. Denying feelings, you don't really hate school. Philosophizing, life isn't fair. Asking questions, why did you do that? Comparing with others, look at how well Emily behaves. Lecturing, you should be more patient with your sibling. Do these responses make our children feel better or understood? Probably not. Just like you wouldn't feel better if someone did that to you. Here's a tool to remember. Acknowledge feelings with words. Next time your child says something negative or really upset, here's how you can handle it. 1. Hold back the urge to argue. Instead of immediately disagreeing with them, take a moment to think about what they're feeling. 2. Identify the emotion. Try to name the emotion they are experiencing. For instance, if they say, I hate Harry. I'm never playing with him again, you might say. It sounds like you're really angry with Harry right now. 3. Use understanding words. Use words that show you get how they feel. This can make those bad feelings less intense. If you try to stuff those bad feelings back inside, they might get even stronger. Let's break it down with examples. If your child says, why do we always have to eat porridge? I hate porridge. Instead of saying, but you love porridge. It's your favorite. Try saying, it sounds like you're disappointed about having porridge again. You feel like something different today. When your child complains, this homework is too hard. Instead of saying, no, it's easy. Look, here's a simple question. Try acknowledging, homework can be really frustrating. All these tough questions can drive anyone crazy. By giving your child words to express their feelings, you're helping them build a vocabulary for when they feel upset. When they can say, "I am frustrated," instead of yelling or hitting, it's a big win. Accept all feelings. Limit some actions. Now, I'm not saying you should just let your child hit a friend or make pancakes for breakfast just because they're unhappy. It's about acknowledging how they feel. Sometimes, simply understanding their feelings can stop a big upset before it happens. For times when that's not enough, we'll dive into more tools in the future. What? You want everything in one go? I get it. It's annoying to wait. Like all good things, accepting feelings is easier said than done. Let me share some times when I found it hard to follow this advice, but it's okay to mess up. You can fix it and learn. Stories that teach. Let me tell you about a few times when I struggled to accept my child's feelings. The lesson I learned? You can fix things and move on. When Sam was 3 years old, he loved those sponge animals that magically hatched in water. Each day, he eagerly waited for a new one to emerge. One day, 2 tiny horses popped out, but they were stuck together by their noses. Sam looked at them with a frown. "What is it?" he asked, clearly disappointed. Thinking I could make it better, I said, "Oh, look, it's a mummy and baby horse." Sam shook his head. "No, it's not. You can't see their faces." Feeling a bit desperate to fix things, I offered, I could draw their faces on with a pen. But Sam was adamant. "I will never like them." Finally, understanding his frustration, I realized, "Oh, I see. You don't like how close their faces are." "Yeah," Sam agreed, nodding solemnly. "I'll play with the penguins instead." In that moment, I realized that Sam needed to express his disappointment first before he could move on and find something that made him happy. It taught me the importance of listening to his feelings and letting him work through them, even if my first instinct was to make everything right immediately. Where's Carmen Sandiego? Another time, when Sam was feeling down, it was because I hadn't recorded his favorite show. "Did you tape Carmen Sandiego for me?" Sam asked eagerly. "No," I replied. Sam's face fell and he started crying. "You didn't ask me to tape it. I recorded Bill Nye for Dan," I explained. But Sam kept crying. Realizing he needed something else, I changed my approach. "Boy, you sound so disappointed. You really like that show," I said gently. "It's my favorite. I like how they dance and catch the bad guys," Sam sniffled. Just like that, our conversation shifted to talking about his favorite show instead of tears. I didn't think missing a TV show was such a big deal, but for Sam, it clearly was. Accepting his feelings helped him move past his disappointment and onto something that made him happy. Block wars. Once, when Dan was 3 and Sam was 1, Sam wanted to join in with Dan's block building. "No, I'm building something," Dan insisted firmly. "Come on, Dan, he just wants to play," I urged. Dan pushed Sam, who started crying immediately. "Dan, why did you do that? Now Sam is crying." I reacted, feeling flustered and unsure how to handle the situation. But the next time a similar situation arose, "Dan, no!" Dan asserted, guarding his blocks. "Oh no, you're working on something and the baby wants to play with your blocks. How frustrating," I acknowledged sympathetically. Here! Dan quickly threw a handful of blocks onto the floor for Sam and rescued his tower from destruction. Acknowledging Dan's frustration this time helped him find a solution without resorting to conflict. Sit on those butts. It's tempting to say "but" after acknowledging a feeling. For example, "I know you're mad, but you can't hit your sister." Instead, try using "the problem is" to show you understand without dismissing the feeling. It can be annoying when a baby messes up your Lego spaceship. The problem is, babies don't understand about Lego. It's disappointing to want cookies and find none. The problem is, it's too late to go shopping. This way, you acknowledge their feeling while also addressing what needs to happen next. In conclusion, by acknowledging and naming children's feelings without immediately trying to fix or dismiss them, we empower them to manage their emotions effectively. This approach not only diffuses potential meltdowns, but also builds a foundation of emotional intelligence and resilience. Remember, accepting feelings doesn't mean condoning negative actions. It means understanding and guiding children through their emotions so they can learn and grow into empathetic individuals. This skill, while challenging at times, forms the cornerstone of nurturing healthy, happy, and emotionally aware children. Before you go, can I ask a small favor from you that's completely free? Please could you give us a thumbs up to this video and subscribe to our channel for more insightful parenting tips. You can always unsubscribe in the future. And for more information, visit us at purplebeechildcare.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on this channel.